This is Machukanyarieko TV talk show, where we analyze politics and governance issues. We focus on national, local and international news. We examine the political way of our people, social and economic. Nyarieko TV talk show, the house of ideas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by asking this noble question. Will IEBC be trusted by opposition leaders come 2027? And what are the main functions of IEBC? And in what way should they protect both electorates and aspirants, those in the ruling party and in the opposition? My discussions are drawn from the recently concluded by-elections in which 23 electoral areas went to the polls. But before we proceed, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this channel for the first time, or if you have been watching and you are not a subscriber, kindly do so, because this is the channel where you get the expert information, where we give different perspectives on politics. Today, I want to critically analyze the reasons as to why IEBC may not be trusted come 2027 general elections. This concluded by-election is not just even a drop of the electoral areas that the Republic of Kenya has when we go to national or general elections. But the exercise was marred with electoral malpractices. And here the question comes: when should IEBC intervene? For example, when we have a case of electoral malpractices, just as voter bribery. Does IEBC have a workshop with electoral members? Is IEBC independent? Does it take a stand during an exercise as this, whereby you are in charge of taxpayers who want to choose their leaders and who have given you an opportunity to be a referee to oversee? If IEBC new chair wanted to be trusted, he should have behaved like people who previously have demonstrated their ability to give guidance through the constitutional means in their work. And this includes the former Speaker Marende and even Ole Kabaru, who was a speaker during the time of one-party system, but he was able to manage. And that's why elections like in Chicago Kipipili, and Nyatike were lost. Okay, I meant that what I wanted to say is that these two speakers were able to give guidance in the national assemblies despite of the different political affiliations, and that even those electoral commissions, by then was it Electoral Commission of Kenya, ECK, was able to give citizens an opportunity in the times of Siakago, Kipipili, and Nyatike to give their voice through the parrot, remembering that Moi was more tougher than the current regime. The only difference is that the current regime is actually dominating each and every independent institution in the Republic of Kenya. And one wonders, how will independent institutions be able to work or to perform if they cannot follow what they see? And for instance, when you see people hovering around, wandering in the desert with the helicopters, giving money to electorates, not money. I know aspirants can give money to electorates, for instance, if they have visited them in their home, to give them as a transport pack. If you give them in form of t-shirts and other related, but not lining up people in funerals, weddings, churches, as well as anywhere you meet by giving them money. That is voter bribery. Does it mean the Electoral Commission came from Northeastern, came from Nyanza, and was not aware of the electoral malpractices that existed in Mbeere, that existed in other areas like Kapsul? At what point should these electoral bodies intervene? Because even the media, sometimes that is why I give some credit to EACC. EACC, if EACC learns from the social media that there is some allegations on corruption, it swings in so fast to verify whether it is true, and even people may be arrested. But IEBC is being told time and again there are cases of bribery here, but they take no action. It is not we electorates or politicians who will give you the method in which you solve this. You are in the office being paid by taxpayers' money, and the people trust that you have the knowledge, and that's why in that office to come up with ways of stopping such a bribery. Even these issues of people going to the church promising millions and millions of money to religious institutions, that is investment corruption. They are investing in that not because they love those people, but because they want something in exchange in the later date. At what point did government machineries allowed to participate in elections. No government machineries include cabinet secretaries. Government vehicles. Can it be a level playground if that happens? So ask people like Justin Muturi. Marenda is alive, the former speaker, and then we also have Kabaro, who have been speakers and who have demonstrated the ability to be neutral. Like, we give example of Marenda when he was nominated or elected to be the speaker, despite his party was so strong by then, and even if it was from opposition, he immediately took his position. He became impartial. He became a father of the entire house. There was no time I heard that the National Assembly was a branch of the state under their leadership, and if a member of parliament can be bribed 10,000, for instance, and the passes are wrong, what do you expect the members of the public? They'll also be bribed and fall victims of illegitimate rulers. So to me, I don't see what IEBC will now do to restore. We told them before the by-elections, that this was a litmus test. And they will not even the state will respect them. The state respects someone who tells it, stop this, but not someone who allows it to make mistakes. Machuka Nyarieko TV talk show, the house of ideas. And if you find this interesting, once again, subscribe, give your comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe.